A religious war is a conflict where faith is the main reason for fighting. Instead of fighting for land or power, people believe they're fighting for their God and their beliefs. The stakes feel higher. Soldiers see themselves as defenders of the divine, not just their country. This conviction can make these wars especially intense and destructive. Holy wars are driven by the idea that the cause is sacred and just. Leaders use faith to rally people, promising spiritual rewards for earthly battles. The language, goals, and symbols of these wars are deeply religious, converting others, reclaiming holy land, or destroying heresy. The lines are drawn by faith, not geography. But wars are rarely about just one thing. Religion is often the banner, but not the only reason. When faith becomes the rallying cry, the conflict takes on a spiritual dimension. The fight becomes about eternity, not just this life. Religion gives meaning and community, but it can also divide. Conflict often starts when one group believes their faith is the only truth. This can lead to intolerance and seeing others as threats. Defending faith can turn into aggression, especially when leaders exploit these feelings for power. Sacred texts can be interpreted in ways that justify violence. A single verse can be twisted to turn peace into war. Religion is tied to identity. Attacking faith feels like attacking a people's history and culture. When faith and identity merge, conflicts become fights for survival. What starts as a theological dispute can become a struggle for existence. That's when political or cultural wars wear the mask of religion. The Crusades are a classic example of religious war. Christian armies marched to reclaim Jerusalem, believing they fought for God and were promised spiritual rewards. The cross became a symbol of their mission, but the wars brought immense brutality. Cities sacked, people of all faiths killed. The 30 Years' War began as a Catholic-Protestant conflict in Europe. It quickly grew into a devastating struggle involving politics, power, and territory. Religious identity mixed with ambition, as rulers chose sides for faith and gain. Mercenaries fought for whoever paid them, not for belief. The result: famine, disease, and millions dead. These wars show how faith, politics, and power can combine to create tragedy. When religion and politics mix, the cost is often human suffering. Religious wars are rarely just about faith. Look closer, and you'll find motives like land, wealth, and power. Leaders use religion to unite people, but often pursue political or economic goals. The Holy Land, for example, was sacred and strategically valuable. Religion becomes the excuse for conquest, masking ambition. Declaring a holy war can justify invasions and rally support. Power and politics are almost always at the heart of these conflicts. Religion is a powerful tool for propaganda. The real fuel is often ambition, not belief. Understanding this helps us see these wars as failures of people, not faith. Studying religious wars isn't about blame, it's about understanding. We learn how belief can be twisted into a weapon and how to spot the warning signs. Most religions teach love and peace. Conflict comes from fear and misunderstanding. Education bridges divides and builds respect. Leaders may use faith to divide us. History teaches us to question those who preach hate. True faith doesn't need violence to prove itself. The real test is living peacefully with others, not fighting them. The story of faith is humanity's search for meaning, not dominance. The future depends on respecting different paths. The greatest battle is against our own intolerance and ignorance. By winning that, we make faith a force for unity, not division.